Thank you very much for making a date. Welcome back to the marketplace. The United States of America says it will continue to prioritize Africa as a key trading partner and ensure mutual benefits for all. Deputy U.S. Assistant Secretary of State in charge of trade and negotiations, Peter Haas, in an exclusive interview with Joseph Opoku-Gakpo, says there are bigger plans for the continent moving beyond the current Africa Growth and Opportunities Act, AGOA.
It's a huge part of our relationship with Africa, and it's something that we've devoted a lot of attention to. As you know, our Secretary of Commerce, Wilbur Ross, recently did a trip across Africa where he led an American delegation on doing business in Africa. We recently hosted the AGOA Forum, the Africa Growth and Opportunity Act Forum in Washington, where we brought trade ministers from around Africa to talk about how they can export to the U.S. and how we can develop our trade relations. And then we're also in the process of looking at possible free trade agreement partners within the continent of Africa. So it's a hugely important issue for us, and the business-to-business ties are an important part of any relationship.
So my last question, we started off the conversation on trade and what is being done with AGOA and all. What's the plan for that going forward? Will they get bigger? There are concerns that America is looking a lot more inward, over the last 2 years or so. What's the plan?
So AGOA is, so it has to be approved by our Congress, and they recently in 2015 approved it for another 10 years, so it goes through 2025. But when they approved it, they also sent the signal that we should be preparing for what our trade relationship with Africa looks like after AGOA. And so we will probably still have the GSP, Generalized System of Preference, but then also there's the decision that Ambassador Lighthizer announced at the AGOA Forum, where we're going to start looking at African partners to see with whom we could possibly have a free trade agreement with. And so it's a look towards what's the next step after if our Congress doesn't approve it. And so we're already starting to look to the future and to see what can happen. But in the meantime, we have 7 more years of AGOA where it's still in place. It's a hugely important tool for African exporters, and we want to make sure we're working with all eligible African countries to make sure they're utilizing it to the greatest extent possible.
Now, the Ghana National Association of Poultry Farmers says it is collecting data on birds in various